Hi, my name's Pete Krause with ModernCardboard, and in this video we're going to learn how to play the Friends and Family expansion for Mythwind. The Friends and Family expansion adds new options that you can bring into a new or existing game of Mythwind. So what options are we talking about? Well, let's first look at Friends. As certain buildings are built, Friends will come into play. Once in play, players will have an option to interact with them after taking a town action at their building. These interactions allow you to take on varying levels of friendship with them, or even possibly becoming companions with them, where you might start to have a family. Next, we'll look at character interaction cards. You will have one for each other character in the game and use these as a town action to interact directly with other characters. Lastly, this expansion adds endless events that can be added to the event deck to keep the event deck from ever running out. You have the option to add some or all of these parts to your existing or continuing game as well. For instance, you could just add the Friends and Friends board and not the character interaction cards. I want to give a quick shout out to Open Owl Studios for sponsoring this video and providing a review copy of this expansion. Their support and your support when you like videos and subscribe to the channel is much appreciated and helps keep the channel going. So, a big thank you to you all. To set this one up, you place the friendship board that comes with the expansion next to the construction queue board from the base game. Find these 17 replacement building cards that come with the Friends and Family expansion, look at the names of these, and then find and remove the matching 17 base game building cards and put them back in the box. Then add these 17 replacement building cards to the deck. If you're adding these to an existing game, do the same thing. Just replace any of these buildings that you've already built in the town with its replacement and place the acquaintance version of the Friends card in one of these 6 spaces on the friendship board. Remove the weather card that shows sunny weather but has no weather effect icon on it from the weather deck and add the single weather card that looks like this from the expansion. Each player finds the interaction cards with their character's image at top. Each character should have 4 cards total, and then put any unused interaction cards for characters not used back in the box. Each player then gives these interaction cards to the matching character shown at the bottom of the card, and then again put any cards for unused characters back in the box. If the ranger is being used in the game, each other character takes the expedition card where their character's image is shown on it and places it next to their character's tray. If the crafter is being used, each other character takes their request card where their character's image is shown on it and again places it next to their character's tray. If you're playing with the innkeeper, add the gossip cards to the innkeeper's deck and the party token to the innkeeper's tray. Then find the Friends cards and place them in the lower right corner of the Friends tray. Find the endless event cards and place them in the upper left corner. Put the heart tokens here and the children dice go in the dice well in the center of the tray. Keep the adventure cards that come with this expansion in the upper right corner of the tray. Throughout the game, friend cards will let you know when to add these to the adventure deck. One of the things that the Friends and Family expansion adds are Friends cards. Each friend has 4 versions of their card showing different friend statuses. You go from acquaintance to pal to best friend and then to companion. And these are the statuses that a friend can have with the characters in the game. Each friend starts out as an acquaintance, but as your character spends more time with a friend, that bond can grow, moving them up to pal, then best friend, and eventually companion. So the companion status is kind of the ultimate level of friendship. Companions give your character special abilities, they can possibly add adventure cards into the adventure deck, and can provide options like marriage and children. You can tell what level your friendship is at by the number of hearts on the card. 1 heart means acquaintance, 2 means pal, 3 means best friend, and companion cards don't show any hearts at all. And just a heads up, the friendship level is also printed on the bottom of the card's back. So you can look there if you forget what the hearts mean. The friendship board is where friends are placed when they come into play. When a friend is on this board, they're active and characters can take a socialize action with them when certain conditions apply, which we'll talk about in a minute. Friends come into the game when one of the 17 friends and family buildings are constructed that we substituted for the ones that come with the base game. You'll know when this happens because the image of the friend who arrives is printed on the building. When the building's placed, you find the acquaintance version of the friend, read the back aloud, and place it face up in one of the 6 slots on the friendship board. That friend is now active and characters will be able to socialize with them there. For example, when you build the tavern, you find the acquaintance version of Kaz, read the back of the card aloud, and add the card face up in any of the 6 slots on the friendship board. If there are no empty spots available on the friendship board, then read the back of the card and place the friend in this away section of the friends tray. If any spaces become open on the friendship board, players can decide to move any away friends to the empty spots on the friendship board to make them active. Also, at the end of each season, players can choose to move any number of friends from the friendship board to this away area to leave spaces available. They also have the option to fill any spaces with as many away friends as they want. If the building associated with the friend is ever demolished or replaced, the matching friend card, no matter if active on the friendship board or away in the friends tray, is also put back into the supply. If this building is built again at a later time, that friend will come back as an acquaintance. One exception to this is if the friend is married, then the friend stays with the character they're married to. So now that friends are in town, how do you socialize with them and when does that happen? Well, socializing is a group action that players can take together to see if they can increase the friendship status of the friend on the board. During the town action part of the daytime phase, if you or any other player took a use a building action at one of the buildings showing one of the friends on the friendship board, then you or any other player in town may choose to participate in the socialize action with that friend. Sometimes you may be able to socialize with more than one friend depending on how many players took their use a building action on a building with a friend that's shown on the friendship board. To attempt to socialize, you and each other character have the option to contribute worker dice from your dice well on your player tray. You roll these, then add your results together to meet or exceed the social value shown at the bottom of the friend's card, which aligns with your player count. Just note, if you contribute your workers to this action, they won't be able to be used later in the day for worker actions. But the more dice that players contribute, the better your chances are for success. For example, to be successful when socializing with the PAL level of Sam from the hotel in our 2-player game, the results from the die roll must equal or exceed 6. If the roll of worker dice equals or exceeds the social value of the friend or friends, you will place a heart token on each participating friend. Each player then returns their dice beneath their player tray in this area without changing their facing, and during dusk, any dice with pips remaining will get placed back in your dice well, and any dice with no pips remaining will get re-rolled and placed at the tower. After this, any friend with hearts that equal or exceed the heart shown in the upper right corner of the card can increase their status to the next level, but only if the player who took the town action at their building pays the cost shown for the character aligning with the status the friend is updating to. You can find the list of costs for all characters on the back of the rulebook. After paying the cost, the current status friends card, along with any heart tokens on it, are returned to the supply. Then you find the friend card matching the new status, read the back of this aloud, and place this face up on the friendship board. And just a note, if you don't pay the additional cost to upgrade the friend's status, you can do this on a future socialize action as long as you still have enough hearts on the card. So let's say I, as the farmer, use the general store for my town action. Since Gillard, shown on the general store, is active on the friendship board, and we're done with town actions, we can choose to take a socialize action to see if we can increase Gillard's friend status. To do this, we see that Gillard has a social value of 6 for our 2-player game. We each decide if or how many worker dice we want to contribute to the roll. So for this example, I contribute 2 workers, and the crafter also contributes 2 workers. We roll our dice, add the results together, and get this result of 7, which exceeds Gillard's social value. So we succeed, yay! We return our worker dice to the bottom area of our player boards without changing facing, and then put a heart on Gillard. I can now upgrade the friend status for Gillard since the heart value shown in the upper right corner of the card is met with the 2 hearts on there. I pay the cost to do this by referencing the cost table on the back of the rule book and pay the 5 tended crops from my farm and put them back into the supply bag to upgrade the social status of Gillard to best friend. You then return the hearts and the pal version of Gillard back to the supply, find the best friend version of Gillard, and place this on the friendship board after reading the back of the card. Once a friend has been upgraded to the companion level, instead of having the option of taking the Socialize action to upgrade the status for that friend when you take the Use a Building action at their building, you will immediately resolve the friend's companion ability, which provides some great advantages. A complete listing of companion abilities can be found in the rulebook. As a note, a friend's companion ability cannot be resolved if the friend is away. Some companions have this ring icon on their cards. If they do, when their friend status is upgraded to companion, an adventure card is added to the adventure deck. When this adventure card is encountered through the adventure action, that player will have the option to marry this friend. If they do, the friend card is taken from either the friendship board or the away area and placed next to that player's character board. Anytime this happens, you shuffle in event card number 9 from the Friends and Family expansion. Once you're married, during your worker action step, you can use one of your workers to activate your companion's ability. But note, only the player married to this companion has this option. Just a couple more things on married friends. These friends do not return to the supply in the event that their buildings are removed from the town, and players can only marry one friend and cannot separate from that friend. So now that you're married, you may also have children. When an event card allows characters who are married to have a child, that player takes one of the children dice from the dice well in the friends tray and places it in their own dice well. During Dawn, any player who has a children die rolls this and resolves one of the following effects. The X means you lose 1 coin. The villager symbol allows you to use this die as a villager die during your worker action step. The sprite symbol allows you to use this as a sprite die during your worker action step, and the blank side has no effect. Children dice are great, but you're only allowed to have 1 children die in your dice well. Each character has a unique interaction card for each other player that you receive during setup, and these cards allow you to take town actions where you can interact directly with other characters. To do this, as a town action, you place your character's mini on the card of the player you want to interact with, you pay the cost, and typically gain a good from them that you can then exchange for a benefit to you. When using an interaction card as your town action, your alignment for the day is shown in the upper right corner. For any questions on interaction cards, see the back of the card for full instruction on how to use it. For example, I as the farmer can interact with the crafter for my town action by placing my character's mini on the interaction card. I then pay them 2 coins plus their premium reward for these boots on this request card to have them craft the boots. Once the request is fulfilled, I will get to upgrade one of my skills 1 level, even if the sprites aren't in play yet, and I don't need to pay the cost of that new skill. Then I get to take an equipment action. As a note for the specific interaction, the crafter has to complete the request in the same season and can use my request card later to boost their reputation, at which time I get the request card back. Also, the upgraded skill icon looks like this and is new with this expansion. It can be found in a few places in the expansion, like on the new Foundry card. There are 4 event cards, FF1, 3, 5, and 7, included with this expansion that can be used any time the event deck runs out of cards to make an endless event deck. You could alternatively include these in your event deck at any time. We spoke of this earlier, but as a reminder, when using the Friends and Family expansion, you will include one additional step at the end of the season. This is where you have the option to move any active friends from the friendship board to the away area of the friends tray. This can help free up space for new friends on the friendship board, and when you do this, any heart tokens on those friends get discarded. At the same time, you may also place friends from this away area to the empty spaces of the friendship board to make them active, where you'll be able to socialize with them in the next season. Or again, you can just leave the spaces on the friendship board open. To save the game when using the Friends and Family expansion, any children dice remain in players' dice wells, any hearts remain on cards on the friendship board, and interaction cards are stored in characters' trays and can be set up when continuing. Place the friendship board on top of the friends tray and place the lid on top of that. Alright, so that sums up how to play Mythwind using the Friends and Family expansion. If you're interested in learning more of the rules for this game, please see the complete list of our Mythwind how to play videos in the description. Also, if you like this kind of how to play video, please remember to like and subscribe, as that really helps the channel. So with that said, I look forward to seeing you in another video.